Quite a number of years ago, I submitted my first ever poem that I wrote back in the 1980s to a competition at the BBC World Service, and rather surprisingly, I won the competition and had my poem read and discussed on the programme. I have a very poor recording of that discussion, brief as it was, but here it is.
Walking at Night by Andrew Norris.
Walking at night.
I am a pivot.
I am a pivot between the sweeping light of the approaching car and my shadow. My eyes are dazzled by the silvery liquid light that gushes and rushes over bushes and branches, turning for an instant the foliage into stone, only to drain suddenly like mercury poured through a leafy sieve. The car has passed. I'm back in night. It is darker and quieter than ever before.
This poem is deceptively simple. It's about one precise moment, and I think it shows how much you can achieve in a poem with very simple and very short material. It's a poem about a writer walking along and meeting the ongoing headlamps of a car. And it's about opposition, which is set up right at the beginning of the poem with the lines, I am a pivot between the approaching car and my shadow. And the writer takes us through the effects of that light, which are both a mix of movement and also of stillness. And if you listen to the sounds, you can hear that. My eyes are dazzled by the silvery liquid.
My eyes are dazzled by the silvery liquid light that gushes and rushes over bushes and branches, turning for an instant the foliage into stone.
And this opposition is crystallized in the very arresting image that we get next, which is mercury poured through a sieve. And mercury, of course, is liquid, but turns very quickly to solid.
Only to drain suddenly like mercury poured through a leafy sieve.
But what is the poem about? And it's a strange poem, and I think it shows very powerfully that poetry is as much about what you leave out as about what you put in. And this poem leaves a lot unsaid. With that wonderful ending, the car has passed.
The car has passed. I'm back in night. It is darker and quieter than ever before.
Quieter than ever before. And it's almost like a space left at the end of the poem. Because this poem seems to be searching to express that sort of experience that dazzles and leaves you uncertain and rather mystified.